Hello dear Patreons and welcome to the video. This is my regular video for those of you that joined my Patreon community in June. Welcome to the inner circle. You are now in my circle of trust. This is the video that I do at the start of every month just to talk about what's going on and ask for ideas and things that you might want to see videos about. Now, June has been a very fun month. We did loads of videos on different technology and I got my hands on some really cool stuff. But July is shaping up to be a pretty good month as well. And what I'm going to do is go through everything that I've kind of got planned. And I'm interested in your feedback as well on what you are most interested in seeing. Because as my most trusted inner circle of supporters, I kind of want to get your feedback and kind of test the water with some of this stuff. So before I get into that, as usual, thank you very much for becoming Patreons of the channel. I couldn't do what I do without your support. It's fantastic that despite the fact that you don't see me, that you only see my hands, and I'm only talking about technology, I'm not trying to be an entertainment channel, it's more of an education channel, that you have taken the time and trouble to donate money every month, particularly in what can be a very harsh climate for lots of people. So big thank you again for that. There may be a few more bits to camera when I get to 100,000 subscribers, but that I think will happen probably third week of August if I kind of track out the way that the channel is rising. So I'm doing a video that I'll do to camera to celebrate the 100k, and I've also got a cracking giveaway or two for you Patreons as well, some high ticket value items that I would rather went to you guys and girls rather than the general YouTube public. I'm going to do a draw or two on YouTube as well, just to celebrate that milestone. I can't believe there's this many people who are interested in watching my hands talk about technology, but there's going to be lots of stuff floating around, but I think that's going to be next month in August. So let me quickly talk about the stuff that's already locked and loaded that will be on the channel. We're going to do another video on connecting LiPos up. I did a video a very long time ago about connecting them in series and parallel. Still get loads of questions on that, despite it being a very old video. I think it was 2014. I've done an updated one that explains it in a little bit more detail. There are lots of reasons why you might want to connect batteries in series and parallel, even in the modern hobby where you're not having to do it because 6S batteries cost the earth. So I've updated that video a little bit. There is a prize draw, just a heads up for all you guys and girls. There is a prize draw for the T8SG. That is the radio, that's that multi-protocol one. I managed to get my hands on another one, still in the plastic, and I'd like to give that away so somebody can use it. That's going to be a general YouTube channel giveaway, but just to warn you that that's coming. Also a video on this thing here. This is probably my favorite mini quad now. Now for those of you that watch the channel, you'll know that the best mini quad or micro quad that I've tried, it was the ViFly X150. The ViFly X150 is fantastic. It's a little 3-inch quad that doesn't know how small it is and flies like a 5-inch. The Emax Babyhawk R 3-inch is potentially even better. So there's a video coming on that. That was something I saw at a show and just had to get. There's a little bit of an interesting one. This is a video on OpenTX. It's going to be talking about how you use curves, throttle curves, to both flatten out the output of a glow engine and also do the RPM matching as well if you have multiple engines. Something the gentleman called Clive rang me up and explained to me. Very, very clever chap, in his late 80s, I think. I really hope I'm that sharp when I'm his age, but that's going to be on the channel as well. Then there's the latest flight controller comparison guide. That's going to come out either the end of this month or some point in August. Summer 2018 update, talking about the latest and greatest. Again, it's not going into, you know, which MPU or gyro is better or worse. It's more talking about if you want to fly smooth and do camera stuff, what do you want? If you want a general board, what do you want? It does talk about specific boards, but it's more spending time talking about things like the difference between Betaflight, Arduino pilots, iNav, and those kind of things. So that's the stuff that's locked and loaded at the moment. If I look in my Magic Book, then there is going to be another video on the HDOs. Now had them for 3 or 4 months. Fantastic goggles, but I want to do another video to revisit that. There was an awful lot of noise when the HDOs came out about reduced field of view. And actually, you know what? After using them for so long, I would have loved the same field of view as the HD3s, but I actually don't care. But I want to talk about what they've been like to live with. I'm going to do a video on adding FPV easily to a wing. I've just built another Teximo wing. I was actually putting the barbecue out in the back garden. It's actually sunny here in the UK, which means that I'm getting some fantastic FPV flights in when it isn't too hot. This, by the way, this is footage in a very windy day from that little ZOHD Dart, you know, the little one that has the forward swept wings. Oh, blimey, that is a fab little FPV ship. About 25-30 minutes off an 850 battery. But I did find the Teximo, and I want to put a little micro camera and a little video transmitter on the back. Probably velcroable so they can be removed, but I know lots of people want to do that, so I want to talk about the do's and don'ts and how you do that easily. I tend to use a balance tap connector so that you can just pop that onto the balance tap of the battery that you have already on the model, and then there's no extra wiring and it does become removable. And there's going to be a mini DRAC build starting. Now, I bought the mini DRAC. I was interested in it for ages, and I saw a pilot do an amazing job, and I finally bit the bullet. It isn't cheap by any stretch of the imagination. It's like the Kaipaina 2 wing that I did recently. You know, I'm about 158 quid just in the frame. It's about another $205 for the servos, the motor and the ESC. And then I've got to put a flight controller and other things in it as well. But I think it'll be an interesting build, and then also a video do a comparison between that and the Kaipaina 2 as well. So that's the stuff that's in my book. Not counting the stuff that's in my videos to do. So there's still a number of beginner questions that I plan on doing, working my way through things like how do I avoid flyaways, how do I learn to fly, model repairing tips, simple beta flight tuning. Still debating whether to do that one. There's loads of really good videos around on that. What quadcopter should I buy? What goggles should I buy? There's a number of things potentially that I could do. There's the endurance quad build. Started that. I'm starting to get the pieces in now. That was the Emax motors that we had a look at. I'm looking at these new motors that are coming out to support the new 6S racing quads, but they've got nice low KVs and lots of torque, and they can swing 7-inch props easily. So I'm going to see whether or not we can do what we used to do back in the day and actually build a quad that will last more than 7 minutes. Some new technology. Holybro sent me some new stuff. FXT, the guys that do the video transmitters, are sending me some new stuff as well. That'll be popping through. We've got the S9000 Pixhawk refit that I'll be starting. I'm actually going to spend a couple of days up with an outfit called 3DXR. They're up in the northeast of England, run by a guy called Ben, fantastic guy. He's done a couple of conversions, and what we're going to do is rip all the DJI technology out of it and put the Pixhawk in it. And then hopefully in that couple of days we'll be able to put a Pixhawk in, do all the wiring, sort it out, and actually have it flying at the end. But that's also going to be a great opportunity for me to do some stuff with Ben, talking about what to consider when building bigger quads, hexes for camera ships. He's got an awful lot of experience with that. That's what kind of the business of 3DXR is. And I wrote a couple of articles a while ago, but I can talk to him and use those articles as aid memoirs and actually put together a couple of videos, probably more in the style of an interview where the actual pictures are on the screen just illustrating the point we're discussing. But I think that'll be interesting, and a lot of people have asked me to do stuff on bigger builds. Big thank you to Chris for the S9000 for that. It's going to be a fun one to do. A couple of other things as well. We've got the True D 3.7 firmware. I've had it once with my Painless Pill logo, and unfortunately it is corrupted, so I'm going to have to wait to get it again. But there's going to be a couple of videos on those kind of things too. So hopefully I'll be able to get everything I want done this month, and then also get a couple of videos under my belt. August, my wife's a teacher, so in August we tend to be out and about an awful lot. It's kind of our holiday month, so I'd like to make sure that the videos are all there in advance, so I can schedule them and they can come out. So even if I, you know, up a hill or in another country or whatever, the videos will continue to come out. So thank you again. Hopefully that's interesting for those of you to have a rough idea what's coming in the next month. Let me know which ones you're most interested in. Let me know if I need to do a video on a particular thing. And thank you again for being a Patreon of the channel and supporting what I do. Hopefully we'll reach the 100,000 subscriber mark in that third week of August, and then I can have the plaque on the wall. There's a space for it right there, and we can have a little bit of a celebration as a community. And again, I couldn't have got to this point without your support. So have a fantastic July. Enjoy the sunshine here if you're in the UK. Keep the fluids up, keep the suntan handy, and I'll do the draw for the prizes in about a week. And then keep your eyes open for the last week of July, and I'll probably have some more prizes for another prize draw as well. I know that's not why you become Patreons and that's not what you're interested in, but I do like to make sure that this technology is going to a good home, and as the Inner Circle, I'd like to give the good stuff away to you guys.